So, I know January was a long time ago, but I feel like I should do my wrap up now. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hi guys, it's Leanne from Seduced by Novellas, and I'm here with my January wrap up. It's long overdue. I just haven't had time to film it, and I do really want to film it because then it shows my sort of varied tastes, I guess. So I'm just gonna go straight in and start off with The Mists of Avalon by Marion Zimmer Bradley. It's the first in the Avalon series, I think it was. I haven't got a physical copy to show you because I've already unhauled it to Danielle because she really wanted to read it. What did I think about this book? Well, it was a pretty big book at 1009 pages, so starting off the year with that was quite nice actually. I really enjoyed that. So what the book is about is it's the Arthurian legends told in the perspective of the women. So you had Morgane and Morgause, Guinevere, you had Vivian, the Lady of the Lake, Igraine, and it was actually, I really enjoyed it. It was nice to see it from the woman's perspective, although at times, because it was more political and there wasn't a lot of war and murder, it did drag a little, and there were times that themes were often repeated, like the women felt sinful because, you know, Guinevere loved both Lancelot and Arthur, and she felt sinful because of that, and she felt sinful for doing other things. And even Morgane, who was a high priestess, she felt sinful, and she felt like she was doing something wrong all the time, and it was annoying, to say the least, because I wanted a little difference. I mean, Morgause was fantastic because she just didn't care. She would sleep with whoever. When her husband died, she was just like, well, I'll take that guy, I'll take him, yeah, please, give it to me. So I think she was the most refreshing character because she just didn't care. So yeah, I gave that a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The next on my list was The Bazaar of Bad Dreams by Stephen King. This is his second collection of short stories. And I did not finish this, and I obviously unhauled this to my mum, who loves Stephen King. This is the first time I've read any short stories by Stephen King, and I went in thinking, I'm going to love this because I love Stephen King. I've been reading him since I was a teenager. I got 7 stories through, and I wondered why I was doing this, because I was bored, I was pushing myself through it, and it wasn't fun for me. The only story that the only 2 stories that I can remember is the first one where the car is eating people, which I enjoyed quite a lot, and then there was another one about a father and son, and the father had Alzheimer's, and that sort of struck a nerve with me because I've known someone with Alzheimer's and it's not fun, so that kind of hit a chord. But yes, I found Stephen King's short stories to be boring. They didn't have that resolution, that sense of achievement, I guess, of finishing one of his books. And so obviously I just couldn't continue and I DNF'd it. What I read next was Soppy by Philippa Rice. This is a graphic novel, and it's about it's basically about the author and the artist's first meeting with her boyfriend, and basically their day-to-day life. I mean, let me just find a page. A little bit closer. And I just think, the illustration is amazing. I saw her on Tumblr, and I saw a couple of comic strips, and I thought, oh god, I want that in my room. I wonder if she does prints. And then I found out from Lilypad, who is another booktuber, and I'll link her down below, that she does a graphic novel, and I really wanted to read it. I'm not going to say too much about this. I'm not going to go into detail because I was going to do a short review, and hopefully that will be up soon. But I did give this a 5 out of 5 stars, so it's highly recommended from me. technically fourth and final book is Adaptation by Malinda Lo. This is about a girl called Reese, and she's a bisexual protagonist, which is the main reason I wanted to read this book, and also I've heard great things about Malinda Lo. This is about a girl, and she goes on a school trip to I think it's something to do with math or science. I don't know. It's something geeky. And while she's there, she's coming home, and she sees birds plummeting to the tarmac outside because she's waiting for her plane. And it's a bit weird and crazy, and then loads of crazy things happening, like birds are flying into aeroplanes and making them crash, and yeah, lots of bad things are happening and everyone's freaking out. So her and her teacher and her sort of competition partner, David, they decide, well, we'll drive home. And so they start to drive home, and I won't go into any details because it's quite shocking and I think you need to experience for yourself, but stuff happens and Reese gets into a car accident, and when she wakes up she's in this medical facility and she doesn't know where she is, and yeah, it's very, very confusing book. It starts off quite simple and then it just starts getting really complicated. I mean, she gets out of this medical facility and she's all healed up, which is very strange because she was a wreck, and she starts going about her daily life, and David's gone through the same thing, and they sort of talk a bit. And then Reese meets this new girl called Amber, and she's immediately attracted to her, and they hang out and stuff, and there's a mystery behind Amber as well. But this book, for me, I wanted to enjoy it, I wanted to love it, but there was just something missing. It was just too confusing with all the, basically there's aliens, with all the aliens involved, and it just wasn't, I didn't connect enough to the characters. I wanted to really badly, but I didn't. So in the end I gave Adaptation 3.5 out of 5 stars. So that was my January wrap up. Obviously I read 3 books and DNF'd 1 book, and actually I was pretty proud of that considering I read an 1,009 pages book in the beginning. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe and all that jazz. If you want to talk about any of the books I've talked about, then please comment down below, and yeah, have a good day guys.